everybody. Thanks for joining us for PIK Presents Live from the Knitting Wars. But seeing as it's just me and Ann at the moment, we're just going to do an episode because you guys may have noticed we weren't around for about 2 weeks. We had done an episode that got promptly taken down because we talked about things that the powers that be did not enjoy. And then we weren't allowed to stream. So sorry, we were gone for a minute. We're back. We didn't actually ever leave. I just haven't had time to work on other stuff. So hey, thanks for joining us. Sorry that we're a mess.
Amy may or may not be joining us later. We'll see how that goes.
But
anyways, we're here. You're here.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, seeing as that right now it's just you and me, we're going to do it like a regular show because we kind of didn't for a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Not our fault. Not our fault, guys. But hey, thanks for joining us and being here. I'm Deplorable Knitter. This is Ann Pinkova. She's fabulous. She's going to tell you about stuff. Oh, hey, we do have a guest.
Amy's here.
It's Amy.
Hey,
Amy. We were just saying we were going to do a regular show because we didn't have any guests, but now we have you. Oh, she has nothing. All right, cool.
No, we don't have her. That worked.
That's fine. Hey, so
we rolling.
Do the thing, Ann. Do the thing about yarn. We give away yarn on this channel.
Hi. Yes, we are sponsored by Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. You can go to chickenladyfiberarts.com and get 20% off your order.
Stuff.
Like, I am totally losing it. All right, Quail20 PIK is the code. It's been a long day for everybody, and you can get beautiful yarns such as the closest thing which I am holding to me, which is the PIK colorway. So very pretty. Everyone's excited. Yay!
Yay! Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do you have the giveaway thing?
No.
Is it folded in the cheese? Did we give that one away? That's fine. We're giving away a skein. Comment on this, and we'll maybe think about giving you some of it. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So, hey, Amy from Two Sisters and Some Yarn is here. What's up?
My husband.
And you have a new episode.
Oh, good.
I did.
What is up with me being with the two of you who have crap internet? Could we not?
Mine did mess up, did it?
You just froze.
Oh, am I still frozen?
Anne's been freezing on and off. No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's going to be a long day.
It didn't freeze on my end, sorry.
It's fine.
Just gotta take my thing and go.
Oh.
Did I freeze again?
So.
Oh, sorry.
No, we're good. So what's new?
As one of the guys in my work says, it's a short visit, but a good one. But I'm done.
Yeah.
What's new? I made a new we made a new podcast. So our sticking to our every 2-month record.
That's
continuity.
Cool. I'm with you.
Continuity brings in the bucks, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got some new I keep saying stitch markers. They're stitch stoppers. I got some stitch stoppers that'll be listed soon.
Oh, fun.
That's not a turd.
It's the sorting hat.
And cool. I'm personally a fan of this one as a southerner.
Deviled eggs? Why is that a southern thing?
I'm not sure other people eat them. I just think we eat them a lot. And then I don't know which direction the words will be on this one.
I can't read it from how big my screen is.
I think it's y'all miss me.
It's Jesus saying, y'all need me?
Nice. But back to the deviled eggs. I mean, I got a kid that makes them on a bi-weekly basis because they enjoy eating them that much. So
that's okay.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, answering the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I love deviled eggs, but I don't want to make deviled eggs. I'm lazy. So.
I don't eat them. I will make them for my family because there are people that will eat them. So there you go.
I know.
Oh no, people eating your food.
Well, you know what? In this house, that's a novelty. I made pizza tonight just so I didn't have to have the conversation about who ate something and you didn't have enough, and no, you cannot have a snack because you didn't eat supper. So It is a strange thing when I cook and they actually eat it.
I am cooking,
Oh,
so
Anne's
I'll have to leave
frozen.
at some point to go cook, but it's just
That's
burgers,
fine.
and I'll just throw them on.
Mhm.
So at 5:30, I'll
It
go
has
put the
been a
French fries.
day.
I think it's been a week, a month, a year.
So I don't know what's happening.
So other than that, I'm making baby blankets.
Oh, that's pretty.
Cool.
I mastered the round corner to corner.
Mm-hmm. Is that okay? So I don't know my crochet stitches at all, but that's very cool and it looks different.
So, because I like the regular corner to corner, but after sometimes, depending on how big they get, one side tends to kind of pull and make it not as evenly a square.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bag O' Day Crochet had a pattern for a rectangle, so I modified it for square.
Nice.
He's coming.
Cool.
So, other than that,
What about you, Anne? Have you been knitting?
I have been. I have.
What is this? Some sort of knitting show?
what?
Maybe.
I haven't knit anything. That's why I say that.
Let's see.
I got nothing. I'm just gonna sit here.
I have. I finished my new cowl. I finished another one, and it just needs to be stitched up. So I still have like a little marker, but it's gonna be nice though. I'm excited. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So that, and I have here. This is still on needles with threads hanging and stuff, but I very nearly finished the mitts pattern to go with the cowl. So
I am definitely gonna need that cowl pattern because Lynn sent me Copacabana in sparkly yarn. And I hope I have enough to make the cowl.
You will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cowl I did there was with fingering weight yarn, and I had extra just doing it one color though. I have the pattern written for 2 colors, but y'all can just ignore that and do what you like.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I like them.
Nice, and you can be a little homeless girl, and just like you dream of, I dream of it. May
That's
not be a dream one of these days, but
that's what my coworker calls my fingerless gloves I wear sometimes in the winter. She's like, "You look like a homeless person." I'm like, shut up.
fingers are for people with money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rules. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. That should happen.
Yeah.
Adam reminds me that it's unhoused.
Hey,
Yes,
Adam.
you're unhoused,
You're right.
not homeless. Excuse me.
So
Sorry.
Homeless traveler.
Shall we do some sort of penance for that now?
I don't know.
Isn't that what we have to do? Will we get taken down again?
Watch what he says, Canada might follow suit from the UK and
freaking nonsense. Anne really wants to be Annie.
That's what I try, man. If I could just get my hair like bigger and redder,
I think they make wigs for that. You could just bypass that because I don't think you're gonna fight nature on that one.
Just like huge.
So
look, I pulled an Ann Pinkova and chopped all my hair off. So
I thought it was short. I wasn't sure though.
I have my bun up here usually, so.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first haircut since Coof. Like that I just chop off myself on the ends,
That's
I walked
cool.
in the salon. I was like, "Ooh, wow, these are all really young girls." Like I feel really old.
That happens to me when I go to a lot of places now. I go to the doctor and I look at them and I'm like, "How are you practicing medicine? Because you look like you're about 14. So explain this to me."
You.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, you too. Also, sorry. I have more knitting.
Yeah, let's see it.
Bring it.
Woohoo. Sorry. I have, look, it's a sweater.
Oh. Hey. Who would have thunk?
Crazy. Here. And it is, hang on, the Oban Best by Baby Cocktails. So once it grows up, of course, it's not much of anything now.
It'll be a grown-up cocktail.
And she's kind of a lefty, but she also has cocktail recipes on her website, and then sweater patterns that like with different
I'm down
names.
for that.
So I don't know if Oban is a drink or whatever it is, but I like the sweater. So.
It's a drink. It's a drink. I don't know. So
nothing I know about. Cool.
So what have I missed in the world? Do you know I had to show my coworker today? Like, I don't really like pay much attention to the news and stuff. I kind of depend on you guys for my news and the Telegram chats. But she had not seen the breakdancing lady from Australia.
Oh
my gosh!
I was like, "Excuse me, I'm sorry. How did you not see this?" So I had to send this to her, and she's like, "What in the heck is happening here?"
You know what makes it all the more upsetting is that she goes by like Raygon or whatever the hell her like. No, you don't deserve a nickname. Thank you very much.
It's like you are not known in the breakdancing community.
I have questions for Joe Bob the next time we get her on film.
I would put money on Joe being a much better breakdancer.
Yes.
Whatever she does.
Yes.
I saw the best meme of that. It was a clip of that lady doing her stuff, and then it was a clip of a cat rolling around on the floor, and it looked almost exactly the same.
But like,
I
saw that. Did you see the video of her coming home and like her welcoming back home? She was better in that. She did like a on spot dance there. I mean, it wasn't still breakdancing in my book, but she was much better than her performance. And I'm like, what in the baby kangaroo snake happened at the Olympics? I'm like, what?
Well, the thing is that she's like, this is not for art. This is for pretentious study. She like writes papers about the cultural whatever of breakdancing. I'm like,
I didn't know this. Two people just said it, that they dropped breakdancing.
One and done.
So all of the breakdancers of the world should harass her for getting their sport canceled in the Olympics.
Are we sure it's her fault completely, though? I mean,
the other dancers were decent, you know.
Her getting all the notoriety though probably helped it actually. So she didn't boost it.
It probably hurt it because people were like, "Why the hell is breakdancing in?"
Well, though I do say, okay, so I was watching the men's gymnasts because, male gymnasts.
No male gymnasts.
Very, very male gymnasts. But
they have these little legs.
No, they don't.
They're all upper body. Nah.
Oh, no, they're ripped. Those are some very, very muscular men doing little flips, like doing all sorts of daredevil things, and I'm just like, hey. The whole hanging from the wings bit, and you gotta stay there when you're like totally perpendicular. It's really cool, and I really enjoy it.
Oh, speaking of, did you see the pole vaulter that knocked his bar down?
And the thing is that this has happened in previous Olympics. Okay, guys.
We just didn't have the best zoom of it as we did this one. Like
the previous Olympics that has happened. But male gymnasts, very, very important.
Sorry.
No, because they would before with male gymnast stuff, they would have no, but because breakdancing is a thing, they would do like little I forget what it's called, like a not non-aerobic, but like as part of your floor show, you have to have one element that isn't like a flip or something.
Okay.
There's a specific term for it. But because of that, they needed that sort of element in their thing. So they would do a little bit of breakdancing, which would be like you're standing on your hands only and your legs are flipping around.
Like the actual
and be like, okay, that's cool. I enjoyed that. That was, a technically cool thing to do. Or the was it the wooden horse thing?
Yeah.
You know, where you have the two bars, pommel horse, that they would do quote break dancing elements. And it's like, oh, that's very nice. That's quite interesting.
That takes actual skill, but this,
yes,
not.
Like, okay, I don't know if anyone else has seen Bride and Prejudice with the Bollywood version.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, of course, I haven't seen the Bollywood one though.
Oh, Bollywood one is hilarious, but you know, the Bollywood one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a great film. Actually, I think it's a better adaptation of the source material than the Keira Knightley version, but that's its own debate.
That cultural appropriation.
Dude.
No, but okay,
the Keira Knightley one is crap. That's not the one.
No, Keira Knightley.
You need the one with Colin Firth with the 7-hour Mr. Darcy.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
I'm just saying, I didn't know Keira Knightley was even in the running. So sorry, excuse me.
Okay, so you know when you have Mary Bennett and she sings at the piano and everyone's really embarrassed. In the Bollywood version, she does a cobra dance, which is terrible, and that's what the break dancer looked like on the ground, like the worm thing. And
I'm gonna have to go find this now.
The sofa's going, what?
I mean, I saw some great memes that it was like, clearly they'd never watched Breakin', you know, like from the 80s. Like that video of like, I'm a snake, I'm a sneaky snake.
I don't know if that is either.
It's a original, like there was Vines before there was Instagram and Reels and stuff, and there was this guy and he's like, I'm a snake, I'm a sneaky snake. The old people know what it is.
Okay.
The Vine.
I'm the same age as you, but
for the Vine. And
there's a finite difference in those few years, let me tell you.
I don't remember Vines. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and
it was like the first video app social media.
What,
it was like
what year was this?
Specifically mini video.
Because
it was only 7 seconds. You could only make one joke in 7 seconds, and that was it.
I think the Snake Dude made a YouTube too. He might have not just been Vines,
but what year were Vines popular? Like, when was this? Was this like MySpace era?
Yeah.
No.
After MySpace?
After MySpace. Like, after YouTube was a thing.
But before everybody was on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, is this like 2015-ish? Probably.
Is that recent? No.
Maybe a little earlier, but it was kind of in there.
Because Facebook
when it was sold.
2008 or 2006 or something like that, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm old. I remember getting the invite for Pinterest, and you had to like invite people, and it wasn't just like for everybody.
I also got the invite for Pinterest.
And it was like a thing to be like, bestow the invite to Pinterest. And I still maintain we didn't respect Tom of MySpace. He deserved so much better. He wouldn't have done us dirty like Zook does.
That's true.
Maybe he wouldn't. I don't
Though,
know.
did you see old Papa Elon last night on Twitter with Trump?
I clicked it, but nothing happened when I went to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, well, it was funny because I went to work today and I asked my coworkers, "Oh, did you see Trump and Elon?" And they're like, "Oh, I just heard there was a lot of technical difficulties." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, there was at the beginning, but then once it was on, it was on. It wasn't as if it kept cutting out or anything." I'm like, "Yeah, right. the show was late. That happens to anybody."
Yeah.
But
so
like
it wasn't on yet. Like it said it was
right.
playing, but nothing was happening. So I just clicked off of it. But I'm also not very knowledgeable, so
did not watch it.
No, it's a good interview.
The Twitter. I'm not on the Twitters much.
I heard some of it today.
I've heard bits and pieces, but I've decided it's nicer not to hear everything. It's nicer not to know everything that happens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that conversation was a good one, I thought.
Yeah, I would listen to it. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so many hours in the day.
That's true. Though it is nice that Twitter, you can like still, yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can still like tweet while there's a Twitter Spaces, so it's not like I'm sorry, audio only. You can't do anything else. You can tweet in the middle of that. You can keep scrolling Twitter. You can close the window and it's fine. It's not like a YouTube thing where you have to pay for it if you want to close the window and have it still playing.
There's a cheat to YouTube. You can do it.
Yeah, no. I have YouTube on all the time when I'm doing other things.
You just can't close your phone.
Yeah,
you gotta leave your screen on. But you can do the thing where it goes up to the top corner and
yeah, you can make it really small.
Yeah.
And then I play games because that's how I listen to the MLM lady. Because I don't actually watch her videos.
I watch some because I watch hers because I like to see the stuff that the people are doing. And then there's, if you ever watch that Charlotte Dobre lady, she does like reactions to like TikTok drama and bridezillas and stuff like that. And
I haven't heard of her.
The video of like the bridezilla freaking out,
Yeah.
Those are my breakfast driving in the car and just have it on and glance at it, and not while I'm driving. So.
No, I like to listen to Hannah Alonso though because she's just the horror stories and stuff. You don't need to watch those. She does MLM horror stories where people write in about the things that they've dealt with MLMs. It's ridiculous. But did you see, right before we got on, I had a minute, like literally 1 minute, and I was looking at Instagram, and I think it was Neil, but it might not have been, something about the EU was trying to, it had to do with Trump and Elon and trying to.
Oh yeah, they sent Elon a letter saying that, you better not be sharing misinformation on your platform because that would be, awful. I'm sorry.
I want to know. That's okay. I want to know
what's misinformation
they're going to do to him, though. I mean, what authority do they have?
Elon replied with a rather strongly worded GIF. So he's not going to.
Well, I understand he's not going to, but my point is like the Neil posted about the guy who said he wants to come after people over here for like hate speech. Oh, yeah. What are you going to do to me?
Is the internet like controlled over there, like how their TV is, to like the whole Ofcom thing?
Okay, so the EU, the EU is its own kettle of fish. Though they also put a lot of pressure on England, even though England technically left with Brexit, but they didn't really leave with Brexit because a lot of things suck, basically. EU is awful. EU was, as we recall, a organization that was put together saying that the plebes brought us Hitler, and therefore it's only the elites that should make decisions. Forgetting, of course, that a lot of the elites. That a lot of the elites were really down with socialism, really, really down with that National Socialism crap. So that wasn't really, it wasn't a class issue. That was a problem, basically, but whatever. Anyways, so yes, the EU is trying to say that Elon Musk better not be sharing disinformation, even though they don't have any say in American elections. And yeah, Elon told him where to shove it. And
you tell him to put it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes?
Who wants French fries?
I want French fries.
I'm full. I made pizza for supper. It's an hour later here, so we ate before we got on.
I know.
Katie says, did you hear Harris dead named X? Yeah. They were talking about what piece of crap Twitter was. And then the next line was like, and then give us $25 to combat this.
It was like the whiniest HR department woman voice of, well, what was even that? And it's like, it was an interview, Kamala. Have you heard of those?
She obviously hasn't because she has failed to do one yet. So, I mean.
Not only that, but she doesn't even know what like rallies look like. Look at the photos that she.
Dude. Okay. So, first off, they posted the picture of the stadium with the black curtains down and said it was a Trump rally, but it was actually a Harris rally. So what was that? And then my brother was showing me, we had a birthday party the other day, and he was showing me this picture of all of these people on the tarmac outside of the airplane, except that in the airplane there's a reflection of another plane and there's no people in it. So what were they vampires?
I think
was it a gaggle of undead waiting to see her?
I think vampires are actually Kamala's biggest fans. But not only that, it's like
probably
that photo could not have happened, and you're like, oh, because of this, because of that. It's like, no, because it's a security risk to have people swarming outside of the plane. You can't do that.
Correct.
So,
and also,
Biden came today to New Orleans, and they showed a picture, a video of him getting off the plane and stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a handful of people, the local police and dignitaries and this and that, and the, his people. But no, you're not going to have 100 people.
It's not a crowd. No. And one of the people in that crowd had their phone out recording, I don't know, something that looked like outer space. It wasn't anything that was happening in front of them. So, right.
Allegedly.
Right. And then my brother was showing me another one that the guy had 4 arms and all of their faces had like this lump on the side. And it's like, something's wrong. I don't want to go wherever that rally is because obviously, like, you shouldn't drink the water or something.
Exactly.
Got four arms and a lump on your head.
Of Kamala to like care for radiation victims. It's gonna be like when Princess Diana hugged someone with AIDS, except irradiated people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, but the Times cover saying her moment covered with people holding Harris signs, like the AI people, like all around her, and she's big and smiling. And she wouldn't even do the article, like she wouldn't do the interview for the article of the Time magazine cover with her face on it. No comment. No, like, thanks, guys. I am so excited to be running for president. Right. Nothing.
Right. No, she hasn't said a word, and it's bizarre. And freaking, wasn't Trump supposed to be on that cover? After he got shot in the face.
Oh.
No. He was going to be on it, and then they took him off.
Talk about that.
Well, it didn't happen.
That was just, whatever.
Well, that didn't really happen.
That did. Oh, well, whatever.
Oh, no. The DNC is going to be next week. I'm going to be camping. What will I do? I'm going to miss it.
You're going to miss
upsetting.
Whatever musical numbers they come up with.
It was
which,
so funny
not
today.
That Kid Rock was good.
Yeah.
But
no.
That was pretty bad. Like,
I mean, I used to like Kid Rock, 25 years ago, but
Biden was supposed to be in New Orleans today to go to Tulane because some kind of initiative, because his daughter went to Tulane, which I don't know which daughter. I don't know if that's the one he took showers with, but allegedly. But he was supposed to do some kind of like ending cancer. Like, he's going to end cancer. And I'm like, in what, next 4 months? What's he been doing?
He would have to stop falling down.
Time to get out the test tubes and the lab jacket.
I'm like, what? Where have you been for the last 4 years? Like, if this was a big platform you wanted to
go. Well, they used to do that with Obama all the time, where he would like have statements about things as if, I just showed up, guys. I haven't heard about this. I'm not at the center of the government. I'm only just hearing this now from the press corps.
Well, dude, can we talk about for the fact that she keeps going my first day in office and everybody's like, what the fuck? You're already in office?
You've already been in office. How many days have you been in office?
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to stop inflation. You could do that.
Okay.
She stole Trump's tip tax thing, and then everybody's forgotten that she was the deciding vote on tracking people's tips so that they could tax them better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all a bunch of shit.
It's so much. It's like, oh no, Kamala's just come from nowhere. Well, after all, no one's seen her.
Yeah.
Nobody voted for her, so I guess she did come from nowhere anyway.
But it's this bizarro because what's her face, the press secretary? It did the cheap fake. That's a cheap fake. That's not real. But the thing is that for the people who are nuts and locked in and believe what they hear from CNN or whatever, they are doing it so exactly that they're stealing the Republican lines. They're saying, oh no, it's a huge rally for Kamala. Oh no, she said no taxes on tips. She did this and that. So when you can say, no, Trump said that exactly, they can say, oh, it's Trump that's lying. Oh, it's the double speak. Oh no, it's Trump. Oh no, they're lying. They're doing this, they're doing that.
Hell Angel, there's a reason that copycat Kamala is trending, which is true.
Yeah.
Also, this has nothing to do with the conversation we were just having. She's talking about knit and crochet for social justice. And hey, I think I told you guys, I've talked about it a few times, that I got an item in an art exhibit, and they're doing another one. So if you are a maker who has something that would go for a design, it has to be a fiber arts design. If you have something that you think you might want to submit, let me know and I'll get you the info on that other exhibit, because I'm pretty sure, I haven't gone yet, I'm going next week, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only conservative in it. So like if we could get a few more conservatives, I wouldn't be the only one, which would be really super cool. Just saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to like stop the conversation, but I saw that and I just wanted to mention it.
Pro-life or something. Can't you take something there's pro-life ones, like some baby foot ones or something like that?
Well, it's my face looks so weird today. I think it's my camera angle. It's about crafting democracy, so it has to tie into the election somehow. So you can make whatever you want.
Kamala's saying.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm the first vice president to visit an abortion clinic. I'm like,
right.
I think that's something to brag about. But
and it might be interesting to have something that's pro-life, because I know in the current exhibit there's a piece, I don't know what it's made out of because I haven't seen it in person yet, but it's like a body laying sideways with a hanger behind it and then blood on the body. And so, you know, that's why if you feel like you've got something to say about the election and politics in general, you know, put it in, because it might be interesting to have that piece and then like a pro-life piece, you know, on display. Because otherwise they think that they're all on their own and they're not. Right. And we need to be like involved. Just saying.
Yeah. What's the deadline for that if people want to do that?
October. So it's actually a couple of months. So it's not, the last time I told my friends about it, I was like, oh, in 2 weeks if you got something. I think you got like 2 months this time. So
it has to be a finished piece, like for display. But it could be any fiber arts.
And it has to be like a certain amount of fiber art. So like if you have other things with it, but it has to be like 60% or something. So it's, but yeah. Hey, anybody who might be interested in designing something, having something, let me know. I got the info.
Cool.
I sent it to Anne. She still hasn't read it.
I am not that like designery, but
why do you gotta be right and in public?
I can tell by the look on your face you haven't read the info yet.
Wow. You think you know a guy. You do know a guy. But
hey, Aunt. Yeah. I'll tell you about my piece when we're.
You should send it to that person on Instagram that does all the like stranded.
You're right.
I forget what her handle is, but.
For a while, she was like Bam Defarge or something.
Yeah, I think I know who she really is, but
Knit Verbatim. No, I know who she is too, so I got it.
Yeah, but she surely she has something, you know, done already, probably.
It has to be made this year, so that's part of the deal.
She's probably still cranking something out.
I haven't seen anything new come from her in a while. That's all I was thinking.
Something I thought, but maybe I'm misremembering.
I could be wrong, but yeah. So I'm pretty sure. So next week when we go camping, the place that we're camping is past the Women's Museum in Seneca Falls, which is where this display is. So we're going with another family, and so my friend and I are going to go see it while the husbands have the kids. We're gonna go be grown-up women and walk through a museum together like adults. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I can.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes museums don't take pictures, but
yeah. But I'm really excited because I want to see if I'm the only conservative in there. I don't know. I have a feeling I am, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, I don't want to be the only one next time. Join me, friends. This is positive peer pressure.
That's right.
We are
Voldemort
all for
can't
peer
stop the
pressure.
rock.
We are pro peer pressure here.
But like the good kind. We don't want to be like pressuring people to do stupid shit.
Speaking of pressuring people.
Okay.
If anybody has, and I can't explain why just at the moment, but if anybody has any knit, crochet, or sewing patterns that would maybe meet the needs of the things I do for Let Them Live, meaning hats, blankets, baby mittens, stuff like that, that is a free pattern, and you don't mind that pattern being available elsewhere, but with credit to you, let me know.
Okay.
I have two I can think
There's
of.
some of y'all already got on a list, but
yeah.
The iron details
Cat
are
wanted
still being ironed out, but
yeah,
like hats, blankets, mittens, all that stuff, that babies need, that people who craft things for baby needs would go for a free pattern. You get credit.
Cool.
I mean, you get a, buy blah, 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 link to your whatever. So,
cool.
Hit me up.
Nice.
Kat wanted to know what my submission was. It was that Never Surrender hat I made with the upside down flag on it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything super exciting, but I had 2 weeks, so I did it. It's pretty exciting that way. And Liz says that Amy, you can use my baby block hat. So
okay, cool.
Cool.
Thank you. Smooches.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I figured I'll hit Neil up for some links for stuff he's already had in the magazine. So, but we gotta hit
I think I have a preemie pattern. I don't remember if I ever published it or not, though.
I thought you did a baby hat in blocked. I thought you did. I could be wrong.
I may have. It's hard to remember.
Sorry, as I'm sitting here knitting, because all of my stuff I have to knit normally is like involved. So I'm like, ooh, I think my puzzle box quilt would work.
That would work good. Because that's easily customizable for sizes and shapes. And...
It is.
Yep.
I love it very, very much.
Cool.
Yes.
I have a little free pumpkin hat that I posted for free on my Galley Life.
Yeah, I'm going to try to I don't know how it's going to quite get organized, so I don't know how much stuff I will have, but we're working on something at Let Them Live. So,
nice.
No, that's a cool idea because...
So I figured I'd hit
especially
up people that I know support Let Them Live for life. So.
Yeah, but especially since most of us have decided to leave Ravelry, there's not great place. Like if you could get something together, that'd be cool because then everybody would know to go to that place and find things.
I mean, it would be,
which would be nice.
In theory, specifically items that donors would be making. So it would be directing them to, here's the things we need. Here's some patterns that you could do. You don't have to do, but if you would like to do, here's some patterns.
Yeah, because sometimes the problem with getting any project started is not knowing what to do. So if you have some patterns available, that helps. So.
Which, thank you to the peeps who bought Stitch Stoppers and donated stuff from seeing me on here and Knit Night. Thank you. You rock. You're the best. I donated another $220 to Let Them Live.
Nice.
From Stitch Stoppers.
Awesome.
I think that's almost 500 now, or more, over 500, I think.
Nice.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah. And I've got some more cool ones coming. It just takes a while sometimes to get them. What is in my lap? What size am I?
So,
sorry.
Do we want to talk about Tim Walls at all or not?
You need a hat for him.
Why?
Need some kind of phrase because of how stolen valor and lying and cheat and fake, military guy that he is. You need some kind of.
I just want to have a statement that I'm from South Dakota. All of the illegals in my state have Minnesota driver's license. Do you know why? Because it's super easy to get one there.
Yep.
It's crazy. As I've said before, build a wall. between us and Minnesota. North Dakota too, but that one doesn't need as much of a barricade. Just all of it. Build a wall around.
Do you butt up to Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hi, remember I don't remember what the middle of our country looks like.
South Dakota, which is very close to Minnesota.
And I'm sorry.
I didn't remember that either, DK. I knew it was close, but I didn't know.
I know dude, there's like half a dozen states or something that I know that they're all like right here in the center, but I couldn't tell you like where they are specifically.
Flyover states.
Yeah.
You know, those people.
I can find South Dakota on a map now, though, thanks to my good friend Ann. So I got that going.
I think I can find South Dakota. I'm pretty sure I could. I did that game one time.
To the middle of America, and then you go up.
If you're ever like bored at like something, or get your kids to do it once you've taught them the states, I stole the game that they did on Friends on a Thanksgiving episode where they have to list all the states within X amount of time. Not a map. You have to list them. So you can't draw a little map and not try to make yourself remember. You have to just list them.
But see, I can do that because I know the state song.
The Animaniacs song?
No. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. That one? No?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's how long you can do it. And most people always forget like one. That they just don't think that, they think they've got them all. Or as Joey did on Friends, 57.
57? I don't remember that episode.
I forgot what he did. He found like one that was a Chicago or something like that he called it a state.
Nice.
So we did that one year for like Thanksgiving, and it was driving my husband crazy because he couldn't remember one of them. He finally cheated and drew the map, and that's how he remembered.
See, now the map wouldn't help me because, like I said, there's that cluster right there around where Ann lives that I'm just not certain of what everything is.
What would get me is actually placing them on a map would probably be the Northeast, because some of them are like which teeny tiny one goes.
I was going to say
where.
Like, what are my neighbors in New York?
Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Massachusetts, Rhode Island. I think it's Vermont, and then
I got New Jersey. That's all I got.
And New Hampshire. New Hampshire's east.
But actually touching New York.
We got
New Jersey,
Ohio, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Vermont.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
You got all those people ones touching you? Dang.
I don't know if we have them all touched. Now I don't even know. Hold on.
I mean, I don't know. I believe you. We have 3, so.
I don't think that all of the ones you guys said touch us, honestly.
I do not.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just naming some in the area.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Northeast, but like what actually touches, and the only reason I remember Canada is because y'all went there to the Niagara Falls. And then when I play GeoGuessr, that'll pop up sometimes, Niagara Falls. I'm like, I know where it is. That is a fun game. If you're ever bored, go play GeoGuessr. That's a fun game. Your kids would like that, DK.
Okay. I've never heard of it, but that's cool.
Plain. Shouldn't be ads. I mean, there is a free version, so I can't say what ads might be in the free version, but it's a fun.
Dude, some of the ads they've got now are creepy.
No.
I don't understand what is happening. Apparently, we can't look up maps now.
Maps are illegal.
They may be.
Yeah, Liz says, remember when Obama said there were 57 states? Yeah. Good times. Yeah.
Well, funny. Yeah. I can't remember what Joey said. Joey either said 53 or 54 or 56, something like that, but it was more than 50.
But anyways, yeah. Tim Walz.
Okay.
He's the crap.
So, okay, we don't actually touch Ohio. We have to go through Pennsylvania to get there. All right. That's what I get for being
so what do you
all
touch?
Fancy. We touch Pennsylvania, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Jersey?
And Canada.
Yep.
See, I didn't even name Pennsylvania, which is the
I
way
know.
I visited
Which
you.
is,
So I should have
yeah, I
said.
had to drive into Pennsylvania to go get her, but whatever.
I know, a little passenger princess.
I should have known that. 'cause I
Katie
had-
says I can't get the map because they have borders and borders are illegal.
Borders
It's just a
now-
map of the world, and you just see Ukraine. That's it.
Borders
It's
now
just a border around that, nothing
are
else.
just like patterns and recipes. They're just suggestions. They're just suggestions. You know, it's fine. I do have to rat out Neil. I'm sorry, Neil. I'm going to embarrass you. I don't remember if we were talking. I don't think it was on a stream or whatever. We were talking about because I send him junk all the time of like Americans versus UK because it's my hobby, and he asked me like how like if I wanted to move, I could just move wherever I wanted within the country, and he was like flummoxed by that.
Can you not move wherever you like within England? Or
I don't know.
I mean, I guess if you go from
I
England
think it's
to Scotland,
confusing though because of the states. Because states kind of have borders, and so it kind of is a little bit,
Yeah, but they
And I
have
don't know
the
what
little regional names.
They do have similar regions, so I don't know what their rules for moving about their country are. So perhaps they are stricter than ours. That they do have to have, I mean, now to fly, you have to, well, whenever they finally pass the stupid law, this year, next year, that they're going to pass it about the real ID, that you'll have to have a passport or the real ID to fly among the states. I think that's next year. They keep
I don't know. We're going to be flying next year. I better double check these things.
They keep pushing it back, but I know it's not this month because I have to fly.
Well, screw that.
But yeah, you have to either have a passport or a real ID, and I refuse to get a real ID, so I am eventually going to have to go get a passport because, at some point I'm sure I'll want to fly somewhere. So, but I was like, yes, Neil, we can move wherever we want within the country.
See, I don't think we should, though. Again, build a wall around South Dakota. But yes, we are actually free to do that.
No, I need to get out of Louisiana. I got 2 more years of a kid in school, and then I need to get the heck out of here because I can't afford to live here anymore. This is ridiculous. Because
why is it so bad?
Oh my God, the insurance and the stupid property taxes just went up. But the tax assessor, he didn't raise his own property taxes. His didn't go up. But everybody else's went up between $400 and $1,000 a year, which of course is in your mortgage. So your mortgage is going to go up. And the house insurance, like a friend of mine that lives not that far in an older house, and she can't replace her roof because she can't afford to right now. So she can't get a different insurance policy. So her house insurance is now like over $10,000 a year, and her property taxes went up $900. So I don't even know what her property taxes are. They just went up $900. So like people can't even afford to live here anymore. It's ridiculous.
They did that to us a couple of years ago. We have a 2-bedroom house. They assessed us against a 4-bedroom house with like 5 acres of land. We live on a 100 by 60 plot.
Right.
So, excuse me, how are you comparing us, a 2-bedroom house, to a 4-bedroom? They were like, but we couldn't find any comps. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean you just find some.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
So it is supposed to be based on what your house, and here they only assess every 4 years. So I understand that you only do it every 4 years, and we do have homestead exemption, which is only for $75,000. Which who the heck can buy a house for $75,000 anymore? So everybody's paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands dollars for their property tax. But if it's every 4 years, the last 4 years have been a shit show in terms of house sales and cost of living and this and that. No, you should not be basing.
But don't worry, Amy. Don't worry, because when Kamala's in on her first day, she's going to take care of this inflation.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're saying appeal. We appealed. We went to the board. It was a shit show.
But I can't even do that. I can't even play.
Oh crap! What happened? I didn't do it.
Y'all change places.
I didn't do it. I blame Ann.
Nothing. I didn't touch it. I didn't do anything. I was just knitting.
I can try to appeal it, and it's a very short period of time. But it is true that houses in my neighborhood have sold, but they've sold for exponentially over their value of what they should be. So they have sold more, but that doesn't make my house more, that much valuable because it's cratering now and going down.
Yeah, it's going down.
So no, I don't need. That's not fair. And then house insurance is just ridiculous because multiple companies are just leaving Louisiana. So people, like, I don't know if other states have this, but we have an actual thing called insurance of last resort. Like, there are companies that are literally the only insurance policy that you can get. There's no options. You can't shop anything. So there's like a couple of one or two
not
companies.
heard of that.
Yeah, that they're basically forced to be here by law. Because
you have to be there so that these people don't suck.
So a lot of companies, because of Florida and Louisiana and the hurricane stuff, they've left Florida, they've left Louisiana. Some of them will leave California too, but so people don't have. It's not like you can shop around and like go find different policies. Some people are stuck with the policy they get. Period, and that's that. It could be $10,000 a year for a tiny little house that you couldn't sell for $200,000, but that's all you can get. And you have to, if you have a mortgage, you have to have insurance. And if you don't have and the insurance deductibles are astronomical because now everybody pays at least a 2% hurricane deductible for every wind and hail damage. It used to be that if it was a named storm, it was a hurricane, and then there was other wind and hail. No, every wind event is now a hurricane. So you pay. You don't pay
ridiculous, though.
You don't pay like your $1,000 deductible. You pay between 2 and 10% of the value of it for your costs. So like when we had to replace a roof in Hurricane Ida, 2% deductible of the value. So it was like a $12,000 roof with depreciation. I think we were out of pocket like $7,000. But your deductible should your house burn down, it's like $1,000.
What a bunch of shit.
So everyone's screwed. And so I would love to leave Louisiana. Absolutely.
Where would you like to go?
Well, until we retire, we probably wouldn't go anywhere other than just like over the border to Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
It's slightly cheaper, but I got to get kids out of the house and convince my husband to move, because right now we live like a quarter of a mile from work. Like if his car broke down, he could walk to work. So it'd be a little hard to convince him to move, but
that's hard to give up.
But one day when we retire, I would love to live in like Tennessee or North Carolina, somewhere where they have seasons, like real seasons. That'd be awesome. I don't need anything fancy.
Go to South Dakota. You'll have to plug in your car to turn it on.
He has a lot of stuff, one season that I don't know that I want.
I know. So I was on knit night last night. It was like fall is here, and Teresa's like, "No, fall isn't here." I'm like, "Yeah." I woke up this morning, went, "Whoo, kind of chilly. Fall is here."
Yeah, I want.
Dude, we have fall already. It's been like getting down into like the low 60s and the 50s already.
That's winter for me.
Well, I don't know why it's trying to be fall already.
For somewhat equally divided seasons, that would be cool.
We're usually pretty good here.
With like
although it's New York, so why would you want to move here?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's New York.
Yeah.
I know.
We're going to Ohio for the wedding, so I am curious how late August feels in Ohio versus.
It's true. It's probably going to be more fall-like there, but yeah, though. Objectively, fall is my favorite, but at the same time, it's like, congratulations. It's now time for the season that wants you dead, which is half of my year. So on that point, I'm like, ugh.
And that's the opposite direction for me.
Yeah.
Like the 1 week of spring is like, this is amazing. And you're going to die for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So, yes. So that's my Louisiana don't move here PSA.
Taxes suck.
There's a reason
weather sucks.
Drunk, because that's the only way to live here is to be fat and drunk. Because between the corruption and the weather and the cost of living, it's
Gators.
Swamp.
Failsafe wants to know why all white women love fall. I don't know.
I love fall for the 1 week that we have it in December, because that the swamp ass and the bugs go to where they came from, which is hell. So for 1 week, I don't have to change clothes during the day because I don't sweat so much. That's why.
I love fall because I live in a civilized area of the world where fall is pumpkin cheesecake season. Pumpkin spice, yeah, whatever. Yeah, nice enough, but it's like it's got to be in a pie or it's got to be in a pumpkin cheesecake. Pumpkin cheesecake's really good.
That sounds good. I love me some cheesecake.
I don't eat pumpkin anything.
I'll eat a little bit, like pumpkin bread, and I wouldn't turn down pumpkin cheesecake, but I'm not going to seek it out.
We have this local ice cream place that has, it's not a blizzard because it's their own thing, but it's, pumpkin cheesecake shake where they have like little cheesecake bits and it's all pumpkin. It's all mixed in there. It's amazing.
That sounds awful to me.
Well, it's the best thing ever.
I'm glad you enjoy it. That's so nice. That's why there are different things for different people. You can enjoy that while you're watching, Star Wars or playing D&D or whatever you do. I don't know.
You can do your nerd thing, like eat pumpkin cheesecake.
Eat your nerd cheesecake. And eat your nerd
We really don't see the correlation here. Like, is that what it is? A cheesecake for nerds? Like who?
No, I just
like why?
I just meant you can take that and put it with the other things that you love that I'm like, meh.
Whatever.
Sorry. And I stay away from pumpkin anyway because I'm allergic to cinnamon. And I know most pumpkin stuff doesn't have cinnamon in it. They use like allspice and shit, but I just stay away from all of it.
See, I love all the like strong spice flavors. I love cinnamon. I love ginger. I love all of that stuff. So like the spice drops, love spice drops.
I've never heard of a spice drop.
Anne is officially an 80-year-old woman.
I am an 80-year-old woman.
With her nerd stuff. So it's fabulous.
Stuff, like the pumpkin cheesecake.
And do you want me to make you a mint julep for you to relax with in the evening?
Yeah.
a creme de menthe. Would you like a creme de menthe?
So, what are spice drops?
It's like a gumdrop.
Like
the
gummy? You mean the gummy kind?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like a gumdrop, except like it's stronger flavors. So it's like cinnamon and spearmint in those.
Yeah.
So you really are a really old lady. The only time I've ever had those is when my grandmother had them in her, crystal candy dish.
Yes.
And she always had those strawberry candies that don't have a name that every old lady has on the bottom of her purse.
Yes.
I never really liked those.
I liked those just fine, but I'm just saying.
I am the old lady. For Christmas, my favorite
this is it. Exactly.
Yeah. For Christmas cookies, my favorite thing to do is, those ginger cookies that you roll in sugar? They're like a soft ginger cookie. Mm-hmm. So I will make those, but I will add twice the amount of ginger because I like it to burn a little bit. And then, I'll bake them, but then before they're quite done, I'll take them out of the oven and then I'll put like 3 spice drops on them and stick them back in the oven. So hopefully they stick. That sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So you have the extra flavored spice drop in your already strong ginger cookie. It's amazing.
So basically, Anne likes her candy to be painful.
Yeah. But not like Mexican painful, like old German woman painful.
Okay. Oma painful. Not umbrella painful.
Oh my God. And apparently somebody does know the name of those candies. They're called Strawberry Delights.
No way.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, no wonder everybody forgets. That's kind of they should have marketed better. I mean, everyone knows what they are, so product wins out, but
yeah. No, and I love spices, like the way you're talking about it. I love stuff, but since my cinnamon allergy, I just find it's easier to avoid like that whole group of everything because it's annoying. So it's just better to stay away from it. Once in a blue moon, I'll have pie.
There used to be a brand of ginger beer. So you have like the Bundaberg ginger beer, which is really good. It's Australian. But there was a brand. It was called Cock and Bull ginger beer. And it was a really like burn you ginger, but they also had cherry flavor in there too. It was so good.
So DK, that means I can never send you a king cake.
I mean, I can eat it. I don't like going to anaphylaxis or anything. I just avoid it.
Because they're all cinnamon. Maybe a brioche king cake. I can maybe send you that.
Yeah, but
they're all cinnamon.
It makes my skin break out, and then I have to go on antibiotics. So it's really just not worth the effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see why you'd avoid that.
Yeah, I can.
And the way it breaks out, I get it looks like I have acne. So I'm 41, but it looks like I'm about 16, which is what every girl's dream.
Yeah,
to be going through menopause and still have the acne. I mean,
it is fun.
So yeah, no, it's just not worth it.
Just warning you that I have to cook burgers, so if it gets loud, I will mute or leave.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
If I could get the burgers apart.
Mom and Evan says that you can send her a king cake. She won't be mad.
Yes, you will. I'm sure you missed them. How do I get them apart?
Hey,
I like to use a butter knife. You can get it right in there, and then you. Yeah, you can butter knife. You just stab it in there.
Frozen meat, so I'm unfamiliar with this frozen meat thing. So.
Get your butter knife out and just.
Got it. Look, Neil, I got my knife now.
Yeah, good.
Soon to be illegal.
Just don't hurt yourself with it.
I got it.
Yeah, not on air either. That'd be really embarrassing.
You remember that time that Amy sliced off her finger with a butter knife?
With a lot of effort.
It is going to be me. If anybody's going to injure themselves, it's going to be me.
Ooh, sure. Sherry asks if I've ever had Pfeffernussen. Of course I have. I am a good
I've never heard of such a thing.
I've had Pfeffernussen.
Ever had what?
And this word right here, Amy, look at it.
German food.
Oh.
They're really good.
It's cool in the word. I want to go around saying Pfeffernussen because why not? But
I am German and I have no idea what she's talking about.
It's German pepper cookies.
Look, just remember that at any given moment, okay, 35% of me is very old German woman. And like, yeah. I've said this before, but my ancestors, Fiddler on the Roof?
Yeah.
When they were kicking everybody out of Russia, but it was the Ukraine. It's where the Ukraine is now, but at the time it was Russia, and they were doing the whole pogroms thing with the Jewish community, the German community, which were also moved into Russia because Catherine the Great said, "Hey, these stupid serfs don't know any trades. Let's get people from other places to like actually do stuff." And then later they're like, "Hey, you're the only guys with money. You should get out." So my ancestors were the Germans that were moved into the area and then booted out. And then a lot of us went to the upper Midwest.
Oh.
So that would be...
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that would be pre-World War II, obviously. So...
Yeah, I don't know how my German people got there because my mother's parents were mostly German, but I don't think they were born in Germany. So I think they were the first ones born here. And they were from like California.
That's cool.
So I don't know how they ended up all over where they did, but
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So my question about the Pfeffernuss is, she said they're pepper cookies. Are we talking like black pepper? Or are we talking about
bell pepper?
What kind of pepper is involved in these cookies? I don't understand.
We made them, but it's entirely possible for it to be black pepper.
Jalapeno pepper.
My grandmother.
I doubt that. I mean, it's German, so it's probably not anything.
The only spices Germany has is salt and pepper and garlic, so it's probably not
true. Yes, my spice collection is quite extensive.
Oh yeah, you just have a couple.
Oh, good.
Kat says my father's German, kicked out for being Protestant. Protestantism. Bomb.com, people. I'm a big fan.
So, not to discuss business, but while I'm thinking about it, Anne, don't forget to message me about the plans.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff that we need to iron out because we may or may not have an upcoming shindig y'all can be excited for.
Is this something I'm involved in?
It is.
Yes.
Okay. I'll pay attention. I'll try to pay attention.
But But yeah, there's a couple of I had a couple of ideas that I'd like to float, but we got some things going on.
Okay, so since we're talking business for a second, hey friends, Ann and I have a Rumble channel. We haven't talked about Rumble in a long time because I did something to our account and I got us locked out of it and I haven't been able to figure out how to get back in. But I'm gonna get on the Rumble channel again. So if you're like chilling on Rumble and you see politically incorrect knitters, like give us a follow because I'm hoping in the very near future we will start putting episodes on it again. So
Yeah,
just
because
FYI,
it seems to be necessary.
because we did get a strike, and if we continue to get strikes, we won't be on this platform. It's just not going to happen. So therefore, we need a backup plan.
We can help. We can get Pirate to talk to you because I think he tries to help carry stream on Rumble too. So
yeah, streaming on Rumble is weird, which is why we don't do it. There's something you got to do. So I will talk to him. Once I get it set up, all of a sudden I have everything to do. What's up?
I volunteered him for that.
I'm pretty sure if I said, "Hey, I got a question," I would get some help. No, but honestly, that's probably going to be a couple weeks away anyway, because all of a sudden it's the middle of August and co-op starts and school starts, and I have to do my lesson planning for both things, and I don't have any time.
Like, how did it go? Like January, February, March, April, May. Like, where did like January?
How it always is.
January had 37 months in it.
Yes.
Like, I remember thinking
February was actually quite long this year too.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm like, okay, it's almost the end of August, and this is my most hated one of my most hated months, and I just we usually have hurricanes this month, so I just like trying to get past this month. I just want to get past.
I was about to say, what's wrong with August? Got nothing against it.
I like August.
The bulk of our hurricanes that have done damage have been in August, and Katrina was in August, and I have to fly. Like, it was a few days before Katrina. I'm always like paranoid that like something's gonna happen.
Katrina 2 is gonna happen.
We've had many a September and October and even November storms, but you know. Plus, it's hot as heck, and I'm tired of being hot. So.
Fair.
Can you hear this? Is this really loud and obnoxious?
I can hear it, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine, Amy. It's not so bad.
It's meat. Y'all eat your meat.
Just the sound of meat on the grill or whatever.
If you don't eat your meat.
This is a good conservative channel with our meat cooking sounds and shit.
Have I ever told you the parenting meat pudding story from my finest moment as a parent?
Meat pudding?
Maybe not.
Okay, DK, you do know the phrase. How can you can't have any meat if you don't eat? You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat, right?
Yeah.
From the song. Okay.
Yeah.
So at some point in the years past, they were maybe like, I don't know, 4, 5, something like that, and I literally made chocolate pudding for dessert, and they were horrible eaters. Like, I mean, I thought, like, for a while there, I was going to think they were going to live on Pediasure until they were 25. They were horrible eaters. And I totally, completely on purpose, not on purpose, one of them was like, I want the chocolate pudding. And I was like, you can't have any pudding until you eat your meat. And, like, as I
You're
said
like,
it,
I am that person.
as I said it, my husband and I busted out laughing because we realized what I said. And I was like, this is my finest parenting moment ever.
Kids are like, what?
And the kids were like, what? So we had to go get the song, and we had to go play the song.
Oh, okay. This is a random one, but one of my coworkers had never heard the song Quiche Lorraine before by the B-52s.
I also haven't.
I don't like the B-52s, so
Me neither.
like I know there is that.
First off, how does it feel being wrong? Secondly, how could you?
So, okay, I don't know, but I have a story about meat dessert if we want to talk about that.
Go for it.
So there's this guy on Instagram I watch. I think it's called I Spy Antiques, and he's a flamboyantly gay man who makes he's been cooking vintage recipes on his Instagram channel.
Dylan.
No.
Right? No?
No. I don't think his name's Dylan. I Spy Antiques.
Oh, it was a just new guy. Okay.
Okay, he's only done a few of them, but the last one he made was Florence's beef fudge, and it was hilarious. And then he made a beef fizz to go with it, and he's like, if people gagging bothers you, don't watch him, but it's hilarious because the smells, and like he made one of those gelatin things, and he made he's made some weird stuff. So just so you know, I Spy Antiques, he's hilarious. And he made beef fudge, which is apparently a real recipe. So if anybody feels like putting some ground beef in their fudge, there you go. Yeah.
Might get wild and later.
What the hell is that?
That guy. I've seen some of his.
Oh, I don't know who he is.
That's the guy I thought you were talking about.
So does he do it too? Because I want to watch him. That sounds hilarious.
His name is like B. Dylan Hollis.
Okay.
Let me see.
See, there's a wider market in gay guys make vintage food than I thought.
Yeah.
Dude, it's hilarious because everything was in gelatin. This dude made a snowman, a coleslaw snowman that had gelatin in it. Like,
you know,
it's... Oh, somebody else I think has seen them. They say they're so funny. See? It's not just me. And it is really funny, but there is a lot of gagging if that bothers you. Just fair warning.
Some of the stuff Dylan makes is actually really good. Some of it's really bad. Because he started out making like World War II recipes. Like when you had like 2 ingredients and you made what you can make, you know? So that cookbook, he has it broken down by like decades. So I bought it because, at some point we might not be able to afford more than 2 ingredients. So
exactly.
But hang on to that just in case.
Yeah. But I don't think we're ever going to have the abundance of gelatin that they had back then. Like everything was set in a Jell-O mold, which I don't understand.
And I'm grateful for that.
Because it's good for you.
Because I have to buy kosher gelatin, so that's really hard to find. So it does exist, but it's really hard to find. And it's expensive.
And really, do you want to do that to put your salad in it? Because I've never understood that anyway.
No. Like who took LSD and like said, let's put all our vegetables in gelatin? Like,
well, it's like, okay, like the first ice cream flavor, right? It was like tomato soup.
No, it wasn't.
No, but think ice cream had never been invented before. You never understood it as a concept, and you're like, cream, cold soup, cold tomato soup. And then it got to sweet stuff. They started with savory, but think of it again as a concept. You're like, it's hot. I like tomato soup, but we can do it cold. And that, again, weird. But they didn't think of putting chocolate first. Chocolate wasn't the first thought, but we got there.
Yeah. And back when like they were making gum and stuff, some of the first flavors were kind of like bizarro compared to what we have today. So
yeah, or it's like, if you have a new thing and you don't know what to do with it, the first things are going to be weird. And you're like, Jell-O? I don't know.
Let's make it into a salad. Fuck.
We can do vegetables. Yeah. We can do the mayonnaise with the... Yeah. Like, and we're like, no, stop.
No, thank you.
It's like we need these first moments of exploration. We need innovation to get to the good stuff.
I'm glad they explored that first because I'm not.
Yeah.
Also, Mom and Evan, I like clove gum, but that's again some weird strong spice flavors. So,
but it's spice. I could get that because clove was something used for your brushing your mouth way before we had mouthwash, So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go and just find like very strong flavored things and send them to Anne. See what she
like. This is the flavors that they only give to old people because they can't taste anything. Because they're almost dead. And they're like, ooh.
It's like, oh, it's a party. Oh my God.
I'll play like Bean Boozled with Anne, but like vintage gum. Vintage mint.
We bought the kids Bean Boozled, and they won't play it.
I do like
It's so
menthol candy. I am that.
Menthol candy?
Yeah, African candy.
I've only had menthol cigarettes. I don't know about candy.
Yeah, you can. It is very much like cough drop. Except it's menthol, black licorice. I mean, it is strong. I'm not like popping those all the time, but like,
yeah, menthol, I think cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. Those are the only kind I would do. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like my dad liked menthol cigarettes. That was his brand. Was a menthol brand.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the lavender candy, Anne?
Not so much.
No, because it's not obtrusive.
Well, it's kind of like putting on a bar of soap. Like some of it's nice, but some of it's like that's a little.
Okay. Speaking of soap, Team Cilantro, is it soap or not soap?
Not soap.
Soap.
Not soap.
It's soap.
Oh, bummer.
It is soap.
I love it.
No.
I love it very much.
No. It's soap.
My brother thinks it tastes like soap too.
Which is
and
a
so does
bummer
my mom, so it's weird.
I love Mexican food, so I'll eat the salsa, but like I have to like shift like, oh, I see the cilantro. I have to like scoop around the cilantro.
I love cilantro.
And a lot of Indian food too, though.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've still never had Indian food ever in my whole life.
I had it like once and I didn't like it, so probably because of the cilantro.
Wow.
Not a fan of curry either. I don't really like curry. So.
Curry's
I've never had curry.
Go for a curry right now.
I have no idea.
Big old bowl of curry with the little paneer bits. That'd be so good.
I believe it. Well, we're going to be eating soon, so I'm going to leave.
Right.
We're going to eat our non-curry American hamburgers and homemade French fries.
Your real meat, is it real meat or is it some sort of imitation cow byproduct?
It is real meat. Unfortunately, I could not afford the fresh meat, so it is Walmart frozen meat. But
hey,
it's all good.
You do what you gotta.
I got to Aldi tomorrow, so.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming, Amy. That was fun.
Thanks for having me. And we'll chat. And DK. DK, you just do
talk to Anne. I'll just pop in and be like, good idea. That's how it usually is.
I have a couple of ideas for a proposal. So.
Oh. Well, you and I will have to have a conversation then.
Y'all can call the meeting to order and then give me the minutes and then tell me.
There you go. Later on, we'll conspire.
Excellent.
Politically incorrect knitters, Robert's Rules of Order.
All things have to be directed to the chair. I know who's the chair, probably DK. So
I'm not allowed to be in charge of anything. I'm in charge of so much I can't handle the pressure.
I actually had a lady break Robert's Rules of Order last week when I went to the school board meeting, and the board member got up in the middle of the meeting and came and asked me something, and I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
I don't know what they are, so I wouldn't know if I was breaking them or not.
Rules to conduct public meetings, basically.
Oh.
And the whole, call to order and motions and seconds and yada yada, but there are rules of which whoever's holding the meeting can talk to the public. So there's parts that they can talk to you and there's parts they can't talk to you. And they most definitely cannot get up from the board and come talk to you privately.
Oh. Well, sometimes these things happen.
I mean, I answered her, but I was like, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Maybe she was new.
No, not new enough that she shouldn't have known. So hopefully she got corrected. But anyway, thank y'all for having me.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Life Knitter. Buy the stuff it's for the babies. It's for the babies.
That's right. And check out your new episode,
Two Sisters and Yarn, where I had to edit it 8,000 times.
Sometimes these things happen.
Bye, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Oh, it's so quiet now without the meat sizzling in the background.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we've lost the ambience.
I know, right?
Ambience.
I want to know, how do you keep your skin that translucent?
I don't go outside near enough, I guess.
You're so funny.
I know, it's
So-
it's lovely green pallor. It's like when you add bluing to make things look more white. Well, my skin undertone is green, so that also helps.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what else we got, Anne? Do we have more stuff we want to talk about, or?
Well, I don't know. We do have the Tim Walz thing, but he's a piece of crap.
He is a piece of crap.
We know that. He lies even about being head coach and not assistant coach of the high school football team. So
Your dad thinks we should put some bacon on so we can have some more sizzling background,
yeah, just
apparently.
grab some bacon, just slap it right on the stove.
Unfortunately, we don't have any here because if there is bacon, it gets eaten. It doesn't hang around. My family wouldn't let it. So
Wow.
sorry, Mr. Pinkova, you'll have to deal with that on your own. But assistant to the head coach, that whole I don't remember, master sergeant, whatever title he had, was just fake. He never went through and finished it.
No,
It's not what he retired as.
And okay, so I don't know if you've seen or read The Four Feathers. It's a Heath Ledger movie. It's very good. Or was it Heath Ledger?
What's it called?
It was Heath Ledger. Four Feathers?
I've not seen it. I'd love me some Heath Ledger, though.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was
right?
him.
Why not?
If it's not Heath Ledger, whoever, it's a good-looking actor who is the main guy, which is the important thing. But anyways, it's a classic novel, and the plot of this story is that a man is, 1800s, he's in the army, and he hears, not through official channels, that his unit is going to get called out, so he resigns his commission. And his 3 friends and his fiance who breaks up with him each send him a white feather, calling him a coward, and says, "We're done." So the entire plot of the story is they go off to war, and he, as not military personnel, saves their lives so that he gets them to take their feathers back and say that he's no longer a coward.
Interesting.
So,
I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, it's excellent, absolutely excellent. But the operative thing is that Tim Walz is the guy who heard about it and resigned his commission and got out of the National Guard. And not only that, he said, "No, guys, I'm going with you. I'm going. He's gone. He's out."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, coward
took
and liar and weirdo suck up.
Yep, absolutely. It's really all very sad. And the fact that nobody cares is really disturbing too. Because people are like, "Oh, well, he resigned. He was in there 4 years longer than he had to be. But he had signed up for a couple more years than he did. And then when he found out they were going, he got out. And then he was also making it sound like he carried these weapons in war, and he never did. It's just a piece of shit.
No, he didn't. No, he did. And then he's all like, "You should respect my service. It's all stolen valor. You should respect what I didn't do, what I signed up for." He was untrue to his word.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then they were like trying to call out JD Vance, like, "Oh, well, he never actually fought either. But the difference is that he never said he went and fought. He said, I was here, I was at this base, I did PR, I was doing this job." He never was like, "Oh, hey, I went out and I was like on the front." Yeah. No. He said, "I did this.
I dodged sniper fire, and then I rappelled down a cliff, and I did this, and it was so brave." And it's like, no, you did the job he was signed up for, which was overseas, but he never, like some people are like, "Oh, Trump was in the military." Trump never said he was in the military. Never once. Never once did Trump say he was in the military.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's all stupid. Out of all of the people she could have chosen, though, that's what she came up with. Tampon Tim, for real?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Though this is mere rumor and hearsay, and I did hear that she called up other people before him and it was kind of a down the line thing.
I mean, I
What?
did hear some of that too. Like, I heard that they said that Josh Shapiro took his own name out, but I think that they just didn't want him because he was Jewish and it was too much of a PR thing.
Yeah,
I don't
which
know.
is pretty shocking. And he totally bent the knee and undercut all of the stuff that he did previously to be like, no, I'm not that Jewish. And yeah, which is pretty sick.
And Sad said that it's a Pelosi pick. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Well, she said it was a Pelosi pick, whether or not that's true.
I don't know.
But
it's all
also,
messed
I
up.
mean, Walz has a lot of Chinese connections. Like, he honeymooned in China. He's been to China 30 times. So it could be like, well, if that's where the money flies. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just such a freaking ridiculous ticket that I don't know how people can take it seriously. And I've been hearing a lot of stuff from all the different podcasts I've been listening to that a lot of people are saying, like, right now we're in the sugar rush and it's starting to drop off already. And so I'm interested to see what's going to happen, like, now that the newness has worn off. If it's still going to have the bump in the polls or what.
Well, everything is fake and gay. Don't listen to the sugar rush. There's a lot of stupid stuff going on. Don't listen to it. Don't listen. Be steady and true. Don't fall for that bullcrap.
Dan Bongino keeps saying no red wave talk. No red wave. We have to go. We have to bring 10 friends. And he's advocating for early voting, which I know a lot of people don't like. But also, with all the shady shit these people do, I wouldn't be that surprised if there's issues at the polling places day of, because they know we like to go vote day of.
There is, but it's like you gotta play to win, and you have to play to beat the steal. If they weren't afraid of losing, they wouldn't be so desperate now, would they?
Yep, exactly. I don't know. But he's terrible. She's terrible. And I also love the fact that now everybody knows what a woman is. So I'm glad we cleared that up.
Again,
well, Kamala's a woman.
She is, but with the whole tampon Tim, which Natalie Winters said is another kind of stolen valor. A weird one, but still.
True. So, I don't know, Anne. You keep freezing. It's really quite distracting.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, as long as you're still there.
I'm here. It's just been mini freezes, luckily, not the whole big crash and burn, which has happened before.
I'm aware. I've been there for that.
But
Katie's asking about the push for early voting. Yeah, they can rig it, but the theory is that there's some stuff that we saw during the last election where, like, printers didn't work, different things. Machines went down and stuff. And so the thought is that people aren't going to wait around if there's issues at the polling site, and you might lose voters. So therefore, get your vote in early so that they can't do that stuff to as many people, is kind of the thought. And I also was told that if they write anything on your ballot, make sure you ask for a new one, because if they write anything on it, it can invalidate it. So you have the right to say, no, don't write on it. I need a new one. I've never seen that, but I've heard that it happens. So there you go. You have the right to have a new one, just so everybody knows. Yeah, Cinco Farms. I've been listening to Dan Bongino, which is why I'm repeating what he's been telling me. People refused to ballot. Somebody said So yeah, there's just a lot of weird things that can happen, and I know I'm not a fan of early voting. I think
Nor am I
voting day
particularly
should be
a
a
fan of
holiday.
tampons, you know.
Hmm.
But
I think it should be a holiday. I think everybody should have the ability to go and vote. We get all kinds of nonsense off. So let us go vote. Like, right? Not a big deal. Just saying.
Yep.
But
cool stuff.
oh, Texas Sheep Lady saying that you can make sure your ballot's voided if you ask for a second one, if they write on it. So, you know, that way they won't get two for you. I don't know. I don't know that any of this stuff happens. I've never seen it where I am, but if people are talking about it, somebody must have seen it somewhere, is kind of my thought.
Exactly. We
I
don't
don't
live
know.
in Arizona, so we don't know.
Right. Exactly. I live in New York, where they don't even bother with my ballots because they're like, screw it, New York City's gonna make us blue anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, I mean, I still go vote, but it's not the same as some states where like people are actually holding their breath. My husband and I were pissed the one election with Cuomo. 1% of the vote was in, and they called it for Cuomo. And we're like, 1%, and we're sure already. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? It's his life, friends. So what else, Anne?
Well,
No talk of Ofcom.
do not even talk about Ofcom one single time. That is very, very, very not allowed. But if you want to go to Mark Stein's website, that's Stein Online with a Y, you can learn all about Ofcom.
Mm-hmm. We just can't talk about it here. Go figure. So, yeah. It's already been a long week and it's only Tuesday, so I don't know what that says, but
I know.
it's all good.
I have a fat stack of indie comic books. And you're
Cool.
like, yay.
I'm super happy for you.
Aw, thanks. Got the new Ripaverse book.
Cool.
Cool. Got Gooding the Polymath by Mike Barron of Punisher fame.
Do you want me to make you big?
No, you don't have to. I'm already half the screen. So, ta-da.
Right.
As big as I would be. Like, got that. Got Ghost of the Badlands by Razor Fist, drawn by Mr. Polka Dot.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't realize that's who did that. Fun.
Yeah. So got the how he says the monochrome edition, the black and white version, and the color. So
Of course you got both of them.
well, I did. I thought that'd be cool. So yeah, and I also got the poster. Poster was way cooler than I thought it would be. I thought it would just be like the cover again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, whatever, guy on a horse. But no, the poster is like big skyscape, and George doesn't miss when it comes to, doing sunsets and stuff. So it's very nice.
Nice.
What?
Very fun.
And also Dracula.
Comic book?
Comic book.
Cool.
Very cool. It's Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. And here, let me make sure that I don't open to a page with nudity. But there is it is very much that old horror kind of shocking. It's very gothic. It feels like you found some like an old illustrated thing, except it's all stuff like this.
Cool.
All, face melting and vampires and a truly evil Dracula, not just, sexy, sparkly vampires. This is like, oh my God.
I'm a fan of the sparkling vampire myself, so I can't.
I mean, it's all a good time, but also this is beheading vampires. So
Cool.
If you're into that. Yeah,
Mhm.
colors are really great. It's I'm gonna butcher his name. Jose Villarrubia, I think is the colorist. Anyways, very pretty. Very cool.
Cool.
But yeah,
So,
got those.
I mean, obviously, I don't let my kids read that kind of comic book,
Yeah,
but
that yeah, it's one. When I first opened it, like, this is like a book that you would take off the shelf as a child and be like, "Ooh, Dracula," and then you'd open it and your parents would be like, "Okay, sorry, you saw that, kid."
what I was going to say though is I think it's really cool that they're kind of taking these older books and like updating them for a more modern audience. Like one of my kids read Alice in Wonderland, but it was a comic.
Oh yeah,
And it was really, it was a graphic novel and it was way more engaging. So Cinco Farms says the only movie she ever stood in line to see that she likes the sparkly vampires. Yes, yes.
Oh.
They came out at just the right time for me too. I was just in that like early 20s, so it was good. Would have been a little better if I was like a teenager, but that's all right because they were all 20s too in real life. Gary Oldman, I still don't know who that is.
It's Commissioner Gordon and Sirius Black. It's Sirius Black.
I thought it might be him. Commissioner Gordon's British?
Yeah, in the Christopher Nolan version. I mean, he has an American accent there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hi, I don't know anything. I'm sorry.
He was a really good Commissioner Gordon too. Like that was a really awesome role for him. And he was also great as Sirius Black. I love Sirius.
I did like Sirius too. Yep. My kids did a wizarding camp, so we're back into Harry Potter full force again.
It is fall though. I mean, I know it's like August isn't fall, it's summer. It's kind of fall. It's back to school season. It's time to read Harry Potter again.
It is. It is. But the camp got them into it, so now we're back into like wanting to do that stuff, which is fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. But I think I'm gonna go, Anne. I'm done.
Yeah.
It was a long day. Sorry guys. But yeah, it's just been one of those days. So
we
thanks
talked
for coming.
about a lot today. We
talked about everything.
Yeah. It's a good time. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, and we hit some of the stuff that we had talked about that you guys probably missed because not many people saw that episode before it, disappeared and but now we're back on track. We have our capabilities again, so we'll be back this coming weekend. Check out Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. Use her code Quail20 PIK for 20% off of your order. She has cool yarn. Believe it or not, I don't have any right here because Copacabana. Haha.
There you go. I was about to dive for something, but everything I have on the table is like in a ball and not like in a skein. So yes, Copacabana,
but I've been picking
which
up.
comes in sparkle.
It does. This one's a sparkle right here. I don't think you can see it though, but it is sparkly. Believe me, I don't lie. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you this coming weekend and have a good week, everyone.
See you then,
All right.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Love to the chat.